2023 was one heck of a year for Hollywood, and I don't use that phrase in a positive turn of speaking. We saw tried and tested blockbuster formulas fall flat as audiences grew fatigued of the same recycled movies over and over again. We also saw beloved franchises that, if they weren't already dead enough, had studios knocking in the nails in their coffins with unprecedented vigor. We saw the most unassuming of contenders join forces to make box office and internet gold. And lastly, we saw the crack in the armor as Hollywood turned and called itself out. The term superhero fatigue is one that most of the people watching this video have come across at least once in the past year. It's a phenomenon that refers to the general drop-off in excitement or even interest for formulaic, big action superhero movies that had most everyone captivated mere years ago. The peak for the superhero franchise came with Avengers Endgame, a movie that did so well that it would be difficult for others not to pale in comparison. Studios got greedy and lazy and started letting numbers on a spreadsheet of what had worked before decide the next step. Superhero movies became one and the same. Really powerful character discovers powerfulness, plus witty side characters, plus forgettable villain with barely any motive or backstory, plus huge CGI battle multiplied by disposable CGI army equals blockbuster. See, in my mind, there's a research paper in the Disney offices with that exact formula as the conclusion of the study. The only problem with formulaic movie writing, and formulas do work when done right, think of Top Gun Maverick, which we will discuss in another video. However, back to the point, the only problem with formulaic movies is when you simply give the audience the formula, bare bones and all, making movies for making money with no one behind it willing to ensure the creative integrity of the project, like a conveyor belt. Then we saw the death of some of the most beloved IPs ever. Studios seemed to think that as long as a movie or show had names and characters with a whole legacy and fan base behind it, people would watch regardless of what story they put behind it. Except, time and time again, studios lured us to the cinemas or streaming platforms with nostalgia only for us to be faced with characters and stories we knew only in name, and every other element had somehow been reduced to some political message that nobody wanted to see from a movie that wasn't about politics. Over and over again, they did this, and sooner or later, people stopped watching, with popular IPs making the list of the top 10 worst box office results for the year, including Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny and The Marvels. Movies, even popular IPs that had so much content that was already out there in the form of books and movies, were stripped for parts in order for studios and those behind these projects to insert whatever lessons they decided the world needed to learn about next. And don't get me wrong, movies and media of the sort can be a powerful tool to create awareness and drive change, but fundamentally, that is not the core of their purpose. They are entertainment. If a movie has not successfully entertained the consumer, then it has failed. What happened to making movies that didn't have to slap you over the head with the message before you got it, or that didn't force a message where it didn't belong? See, it's okay to learn from a movie, but it has to be natural. It feels like they have a message they want to share, and then they find some popular IP to pull eyes, thinking that's a winning formula, because one, they're pandering to the audience who might care about the message, and two, they're attracting people who already love the IP. It's easy to see how this could go wrong. No one wants to, in reality, be pandered to. It's almost condescending. Make new things for that audience because you actually care, if you really care, and understand the plight of their demographic. Don't try to make things fundamentally for men pander to women, nor the other way around. It just doesn't work. And as the cries for the pandering to end were getting to an all-time high, Hollywood had to stop pretending that they could not hear it. Enter one of the best South Park episodes ever, the Panderverse. You know you've overdone it when Hollywood starts calling itself out, and several companies are beginning to realize the error of their ways. For example, a certain mouse-themed company that just might have destroyed every good IP they could get their hands on. This brings me to the plot twist that came out of Hollywood this year, or last year, Barbenheimer. What started as people making fun on Twitter soon became a phenomenon, and the Barbie and Oppenheimer marketing teams could not have handled it better. But fundamentally, what both Barbie and Oppenheimer were are movies that were marketed fundamentally as what they were. Barbie, pink and whimsical, Oppenheimer, grim and serious. No bait and switch going on, on, and people loved it. Not some rehash of an old IP or an unwanted sequel. People just might be, and this is a crazy idea, people just might be tired of watching sequels and reboots that they didn't ask for. And the thing is, the fans spoke out. The movie or TV show industry is one of the most unique in terms of consumer feedback. For one, it happens almost in real time, especially with seasonals allowing studios to course correct based on fan opinions. Another unique aspect is that the consumers want to and are more than willing to give you the feedback for free. Not many other industries can spend a few hours on Twitter and have the full gist of what people thought of their products. As a financial analyst, I sure as heck don't see my clients out on Twitter telling me how messed up the PowerPoint or what a great job I did with the analysis that I did for their company or something like that. You just don't get that free and unprovoked feedback in many industries. So why is Hollywood not using it? My economics background has made it so that I have to kind of bring everything back to the basic law of demand and supply. If you're not giving the consumer what they want, then they will not buy it. Demand and supply. Or then you don't make money. Anyways, 2024 is already off to the races, and it would be amazing to see just what Hollywood will make of the year. Will they learn, or will they stay stuck in their ways? Only time will tell. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you found this video interesting, and leave an essay of your own in the comments. And that is it until next time.